My name is Paul Luna, and you're tuned into F&B Lunacy. I am here today with Chef Savannah Sasser.
Hello.
Hello. Tell us about yourself.
I am a chef by trade. I've been doing it for 10 years. I was an executive chef at a couple of restaurants in Atlanta and one in Athens. This past year during COVID, I lost my executive chef job due to financial reasons with the restaurant. And then quickly found out that I don't necessarily want to continue down the exact same path, because if it continues to lead you to the same place, then that's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing and expecting different results. So I started and created and founded my new company, Sasser Culinary Insights. We've been running for 5 months, and surprisingly, it's going really great, and I'm really happy.
Tell us about it. What's the name of it?
It is Sasser Culinary Insights. It's so many different things. You know, the reason I got into this industry, and a lot of us get into this industry, is we don't want the same thing every single day. We like challenges. We like trying new things and learning and growing. And so with my company, I do a little bit of everything, from consulting on recipes, chef demos. I do private dinners. I have a dinner coming up. I've been the on-site producer for the James Beard Foundation when they do dinner series online, working with chefs, food styling, worked on a cookbook. It's been a crazy, crazy 6 months. I have done more in 6 months than I did in the 10 years as an executive chef constantly. I love seeing what other chefs are doing and kind of allowing them to see their visions on a plate without the chaos and the stress of, there's 5 chefs in this tiny kitchen and it's the first time I've ever been here. It's life-changing. And so I kind of took that role and found out I was pretty good at it, and that I loved it. So I kind of built my business around that idea. I love cooking. And if you want me to cook for you, and I think food is an extension of ourselves, I'd love to show you who I am, but I also love showing people who other people are as well.
I have odd questions. This happens to be one of them. Do you sing in the shower?
Do I sing in the shower? Yes, I love music.
Is there a particular song, or you just sing?
I usually have the radio on, so I'm just singing with whatever's on. I listen to a variety. It could be Tom Petty one day, it could be Death Cab the other day. It just kind of could be 80s pop. That's when I sing and dance. Is a little 80s pop playing in the background.
Can you sing us a tune currently, right now, of anything that comes up to your mind?
That sounds awful. I'd love to hear you sing.
I'm horrible because I make my own lyrics.
That's all right. I do. Everyone does that.
So lately I've been singing Waterfall, but that's the only thing I know. Don't go chasing waterfall.
I was going to say TLC. You got a little TLC.
Yes. Don't go chasing waterfall.
Listen to the rivers.
Yes.
Yeah. I think you got it.
Was it difficult for you coming up in the food industry as a young lady?
Not any more difficult than any other challenges. I mean, my mother is in the military, and so I quickly learned by her telling me I'm no different than boys. I can be anything that I want to be. And she joined the military when they were just combining women and men in the same barracks, or sleeping in the same barracks. And she can tell you more about that. But so I never thought of myself as being different, or that it was going to be harder for me. I have expectations for myself and for others, and if people don't meet it, I have no problem letting them know, because I also come from a military woman who can be very blunt. I don't know if you know that about them.
Were you respected as a female executive chef?
Yes, but in my opinion, the respect that you get is the the respect that's given to you is the respect that you give to others. So with my staff, I'm a firm believer in standing next to them and showing them that no matter what I ask you to do, I've done it and I could do it and I will continue to do it beside you. And um, yeah, it's all about respect and mutual and learning. I love teaching. So it's if someone wants to learn, instead of just saying don't do that, you should say, this is why you don't do that with food, because that sticks with people, that stays, instead of giving them no reason as if you're God. you know, these are the commandments, don't change them. It's just like that's not what our industry should be about. It should be about, learning and growing and changing.
Fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Cooking is
An extension of ourselves and where we've been in life. I make chicken and rice when I'm sick. It's, I'm classically French trained. I could, whatever, but if I don't feel well, or if someone I love doesn't feel well, I'm making them chicken and rice. And that's because that's what my mom made. That's where the comfort is. And that's kind of what food is for all of us. Some people just eat it as nourishment, and that's fine. That's how they were raised. It wasn't meant to be a comfort or whatever, So it's kind of fun. You can really learn a lot about people by how they feed people and how they consume food.
Do you cook at home today? Do you have time to cook at home?
Oh, I do. I have time to cook at home, and I'm finding a way back to loving cooking for myself. I think I kind of burned out for a while on that, as we all do as chefs. I don't know about you. I can say I've consumed a lot of meals out of pots and cold, like just give it to me cold, it's fine. I'll eat it and go lay down. So it's been kind of fun re-engaging with myself as to what I want to consume for myself,
At home, who do you cook for?
Myself and my wife, and that's about it.
Is she your biggest fan?
I hope so. No, no, she is, unfortunately, to the point sometimes I go, I'm not in the kitchen. I don't need you to feed my ego. I'm good. You can tell me, I have no problem eating that humble pie, So sometimes I do have to laugh at her and go, I get it. You love me. You got me. We're married. You're good. But she feeds me, and I think sometimes people get self-conscious when they feed you. Do you feel that way? And you're like, I'm just so happy. I don't have to do it. So I will be glad to eat whatever you put in front of me.
What was your management style like?
My management style is have expectations, praise them when they do things well, in the moment that they're doing something that, isn't necessarily what you want, give them the opportunity to learn from it, but also don't let people stress you out. Our industry is so stressful, especially when you're an executive chef, when you're pleasing the owners, trying to make sure your staff, someone called out, da, da, da. So I always say to people, I'm not going to let you stress me out. If you have expectations, if you can't meet them, then you just don't need to be here, if you're not happy, you don't need to be here.
Where do you think our industry is headed after coronavirus?
I think there'll be some positive changes as far as people reevaluating their life. I think sometimes people don't realize how much of our lives we give and that we will never get back. Your hours, your time, and it's priceless. And I think a lot of people saw when we had a lot of layoffs and a lot of closures that maybe it's not as important as we thought, I worked with a chef one time who told me, he goes, whenever you get super stressed out about cooking or food, or you feel like your pretension or your ego gets a little high, just remember 8 hours from when you feed them, it's going to come out of them. And that's it. So, and I was like, it's genius. So I hope people are taking that more and realizing that food is about comfort and love and kind of showing that.
What is the meaning in life for you?
To me, it's just to be happy and to, spread whatever love or joy I have to give to people and kind of just learn. What is it for you?
Well, there are actually three.
Oh, yeah.
There are actually three, but all three is one. happiness, love, and freedom. Because if you find one, you find the other too. Is happiness priceless, Chef Sasser?
To me, it is.
What was your first job in the kitchen?
A line cook, a saute. I was going to culinary school at 6:30 in the morning, and then I'd work my night shift I'd start at 4, be done by 10, repeat, flush, repeat.
When did you discover success for you?
I have always viewed certain things around. I've had success my entire career, and those aren't giant success. They're success for me. You know, did I get the position I wanted? Yes. Did I move up? You know, I can remember working at the hotel and being in the mornings, cooking in the mornings, and knew, and everyone told you didn't have that level until you reached working at nights on the restaurant kitchen, and I got there. That was a success. So I have been blessed enough to have a job and to find success in each job that I've taken.
This is an off-the-wall question. Chef Sasser, are you a lunatic?
Can you define lunatic for me?
Someone in love with the moon? Somebody who was crazy?
I can't remember what I was watching. I think it was Eureka, where there was the lunacy. Oh, magicians. Yeah, they talk. There's a cult in that show, the lunatics. Define it again one more time. Are you? I'm here for this question. Well, so something about the moon. Is that what you said?
Yes. Are you affected by the moon? Are you a lunatic? Are you a little bit off the wall out there?
Aren't we all in this industry? I used to say we were the island of misfit toys. There was something in our past or something that, doesn't quite work, or it works differently and sees differently. We're the ones that kind of, when civilization started kind of noticing things that were on the peripheral, the things that maybe not everyone else noticed when they were making shelter, feeding, whatever. So yeah, I would say that I definitely, and my family tells me often that I'm what does she say? I'm a little different, or that's interesting, Savannah. And I go, okay. You made interesting a bad word, and I don't know how I feel about that. I love that you smile and you look off. I always want to know what's going on when you're laughing or smiling and then looking off.